What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. Are you tired of taking a bunch of L's on the sneakers app or Shopify sites or Foot Locker apps and things like that? Are you tired of missing out on a bunch of drops that after they're over and finally sold out, you're like, oh, I could have made a bunch of money off of that shoe or that release? Well, that used to happen to me literally all of the time until I finally figured out something called a cook group. Now, a cook group is basically usually it's in a Discord, and if you don't know what Discord is, I could go into that a little bit, but we basically teach you guys how to become a reseller, start off, from the ground up, like literally from the absolute basics. Like, I have never sold a shoe before. Like, what is StockX? Like, what is GOAT? You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be an experienced veteran to make money in shoes. You could actually not know much of anything about shoes, and you could seriously make a killing on StockX and GOAT because they allow you to sell shoes to people that you don't have to communicate with or know, meaning that you don't have to deal with the buyer, you don't have to deal with returns or issues or things like that. So basically StockX is like the middleman. They make sure your shoe's real and then they just ship it off to the buyer, and that's how I sell most of my shoes. I know that people who mainly sell on StockX get a lot of hate from like the veterans in the community, but literally, even if you have local buyers, it's pretty hard to sell every release to your local buyers because you need like a pretty big outreach, which will come with time. Like, the more that you build up your inventory and the more that you build up your client base and things like that, then you could basically sell a lot of shoes for some really good profit. And there are shoes that you can't sell for profit on StockX, but if you buy them and sell them to your friend, like, you can make a 20 to 30 bucks, and then you know what I mean, like, that adds up, and it's a beautiful thing. You can seriously make a killing doing this stuff. So what I'm going to be showing you guys today is basically the inside of our Discord, what we have to offer, and why you should choose Cool Cooks as your cook group, especially if you are a beginner, or even if you know what you're doing with botting and stuff like that, and you need access to like good proxies and good Gmails and things like that. Like, we have everything that you guys could seriously need. So first things first, we have our roles page, and this roles page basically will show you most of what we offer, because you do have to react to these roles so you can get notifications for them, and obviously make profit off of these specific things. We offer sports betting. We offer constant bot restock monitoring. So whenever there's like a tweet that goes out that they're like, okay, we're restocking this bot which costs $300 at retail and it resells for like $2,000-$3,000, like, there's crazy money that you can make on it. They're very hard to hit, but if you don't try, you never have a chance to hit. And there's a lot of like giveaways and things like that that people run that you definitely want to be on top of as well, because you never know, you could be that lucky person, then you could just like walk away with $3,000. It's like you hit the lottery, but it's just an awesome feeling. Brick flips, which is shoes that you can't make a lot of money on, but you can make a few bucks on, which you'd be surprised, because there's some shoes that you can make more money off of than, like, let's say like a Yeezy after release day. Once everyone starts selling them and the prices go down a little bit, you could literally make more money off of some of these bricks that we post, or bricks in quotations. So we also have a bunch of giveaways. We literally just gave away a Supreme hat which was worth $60, and completely free, by the way. I paid for the shipping. I bought the hat when the Supreme drop happened, and I literally just gave it away to the group because we love you guys and we appreciate you guys, and we want you to feel like you're getting so much value back for the money that you put in, because when you buy a cook group membership, it's literally an investment. Everything that you do with this is an investment. Now, when you're new to making investments, it's very tough to wrap your head around, like, okay, like, I'm spending this money, but like, I will make it back, but I have to put in the work and the effort and stuff like that. Like, when I first started, it felt kind of weird. Like, I'm like, okay, like, why would I pay for a cook group? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to put money into things because I was new, right? But like, trust me, if you spend some money and then you actually test things out and you put in the work, it's really hard not to make like $30 back, for example, from our membership that we offer, because there's literally every day you're getting bombarded with different information that you can make money off of, which even if your first month, let's say, you'd make no money because you're like, okay, like, I just want to like research, see how things work, kind of like get some skin in the game, as they say. And you don't have to start off by buying shoes right away, because if you're not comfortable, don't do it. But you got to kind of experiment and step out of your comfort zone to be able to make money, because in this business, like in reselling, you do have to take a lot of risks, but there's so many ways that you can lower those risks, which we will announce about every single drop. Like, you would buy off websites that have free returns if you're ever nervous about a shoe, and then you literally just get your money back and you lost $0, and all it takes is a little bit of time and effort and you can make a serious killing. Now, we also have like our flip section, which is more like a low-key flips or things that people don't like generally know about, because we are mostly a shoe reselling Discord. But yeah, we have literally everything. Like, you can make money off things that you would really never imagine. Like, you could walk into Walmart or Target and you could find something there and just be like, wow, like I could literally make $40-50 off of this if I sell it on eBay. Like, a lot of these items that you can make money off of sell out extremely fast, but you do get lucky sometimes. Like, you could just be walking around Target or Walmart, and if you know what you're looking for and you see it, you're like, oh wow, like I just made money for this trip, which, you know, you're not expecting to make money off of a trip to Walmart if it's just random, but like that happens to me all the time. And then I'll like get something, I'll put it on eBay or StockX, and it's like boom, it's gone. It's awesome. Which happens with Pokemon cards a lot, or sports cards, because there's so many profitable sports cards. It's absolutely insane. There's literally people making thousands of dollars buying these things in bulk and selling them. So it does get competitive, because for an item to have resale value, it's not going to be easy to get. Like, the reason that people are paying more for it on the resale market is because they can't get it, or it's in high demand and they can't get it. So yeah. And then we have restocks, which means, like, you know, once a shoe's initial release happens, the shoe's coming back here or there depending on the shoe. Like, it'll stock on certain websites, and you do not want to miss out on those, because a lot of people aren't ready for those because the time's not announced, they're random, and then that gives you the opportunity to secure a couple pairs because somebody else isn't ready for it. And it's not like the initial day where there's the date and the time for all the websites announced and people are ready, you know what I mean? So we do have sports card. We have bot flipping, which you could literally make thousands of dollars. I personally invested in a bot called Haya about 3 months ago, and I bought it for like $380, and it is now worth $2,500. Huge W. And I do bot calls like that all the time, and once you get more comfortable with like investing your hard-earned money into this stuff, you'll see that you could make some sick money. So yeah, we do offer that. We have stock investing. We have like a little page where you can get into stock investing. We have like little guides where you could like learn about stocks and things like that. And then ACO, which is slots. You'll hear that in the community a lot. It basically means that I run my bots, which cost thousands of dollars, and I put your information in it. So I buy you the shoe for retail. Depending on the shoe, there could be a PAS, which is a pay after success. Basically means that if I'm buying you like a Jordan 1, for example, you'd send me a few bucks because I know you're going to make like $100 on it, and they're hard to get. So that's the reason that you would pay for some shoes if there's like insane profit on it, and then other shoes will just do free because it's like we'll be cutting into your profits a little bit too much if it's like a $20 to $30 profit shoe or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? We will happily run your information in our bots, which, you know, I've spent over a year studying and grinding bots and learning how to do it and perfecting it. So you don't have to do all that, and you could still get the shoes for literally doing nothing. All you have to do is like fill out the form and then send it to me, and then I put your information in, I run for you. We have a lot of success. So that's another thing that we're going to go through. Let's just start off with the success page. So thanks, Cool Cooks, for the price. So this is an example of a brick flip. So this was literally an $80 shoe that you could make like $30 to $40 selling on StockX, which is awesome. I bought like 15 of them, and I posted in the group. Like, no other groups were posting this shoe specifically, and it was just an absolute steal. Lakers colorway, a lot of demand, like easy sales. It's awesome. I got a couple right here. This is me. I'm the NubDub47, which if you ever need anything or have any questions, please feel free to DM me on Discord. NubDub47 #8399. And then it was a huge day for the switches, the Animal Crossing switches, which you can flip or keep as a personal. And we also had a group buy with a very exclusive bot, one of the best sneakers bots ever. So if you are tired of taking L's and you can't get a bot for retail, which is so hard to get a bot for retail, we have these things called group buys. Now, group buy is where we talk to the developers of the bots, and we we asked them, you know, would you be able to give us a few copies for our members? And we work very hard to secure these things, and you know, we do it all for you guys, because let's say you make a $30 investment and then you get this bot that's like $300, but it's reselling for money, so you could actually potentially flip it. But like in this example, TSB is what they call it. It's one of the best sneakers bots, and it's good for personal, and they don't allow resell on the bot. But like the amount of people that were buying it yesterday that were so happy was awesome. It made us feel super good. And hopefully you guys will be cooking with that, because we want you guys to get all of the exclusivities and things like that, because that's what a cook group should have. We should have things that like other groups don't have, or things that you literally cannot get access to unless you are in the group, kind of thing. You know what I mean? I mean, we just had so much killer success. These are all switches. I'll just go through this a little bit quicker. This was a desk that was like $600 retail, and there was like a crazy, like, I don't know if it was a price error or something, but it was like $50. It was like, you could easily flip that. Insane. A lot of supreme botting success, manual success. The Xboxes were an absolute cook. Oh, you already know, anything that's gray and a Jordan 1 low, absolutely profitable. My boy right here got re-AIO for retail, and that is actually a $1,500 bot. That's awesome. It's just so much success. Like, you could just scroll up this for hours. But oh, we also had a group buy with another bot, one of the best Footsight bots that was actually free, completely free, by the way. So you could literally make hundreds of dollars with this bot, and you have a $30 investment. And if you put the time and effort into learning botting and things like that, which, like, it's free, so it's really not like you're risking much, you know what I mean? And obviously we have one-on-one coaching and things like that. Let's say you get the bot and you're like, I don't know how to use this, like, well, don't worry, because we will hand help you guys. You know, I secured a couple Kobe's, which were very limited, and my fire alarm's going off. Awesome. Very good. And we're back. Okay, so as we were going over our success, I think you guys get the gist of it. Members are literally making thousands of dollars, and like, all you have to do is make that initial investment of $30, and obviously you do have to put in a lot of time, effort. Do your own research. Don't buy things that you really don't understand. You know, just avoid risk. You don't want to lose money. That is not the game plan, you know what I mean? So when I first started, it was tough for me to realize that I had to pay for a group for information and things like that. But once you realize, like, you'll take so many L's or things like that, and then you'll be like, okay, what did I do wrong here? And then, you know, you'll talk to staff or like me, and then like, this is like a community or a family, you know what I mean? Like, you could go into the general chat and you could just ask any questions that you want, like, are these bricks, which, you know, like, they're not making money or whatever, it's just a slang term or whatever you want to say. And then you could ask all the questions you want. You could pick my brain, you could pick anyone's brain in here that has been reselling for years or has plenty of experiences, who has been through it all. There's a lot of things going on in the world, like with the whole corona thing and situations like that. Like, an online business is super awesome. So for me personally, I was able to quit my full-time job because I was making more off reselling, and at that point my full-time job was holding me back from making more money off of reselling. So everyone's situation is different. I'm not saying like, oh, you're gonna get rich quick or whatever. Like, I grinded, I worked my ass off, and it was so worth it, and I couldn't be happier. Like, being at home and being able to make money is an absolute blessing. Do not take that for granted, seriously. But yeah, so if you wanted to go to like the information tab, for example, we have alerts, which will alert you for all the drops so you do not miss them. We'll ping you as soon as something drops. We have holder sell guides. Like, have you ever sold a shoe? Like, this is for people who have already sold shoes, obviously not for like an absolute beginner, but like, have you ever sold a shoe and then you see like a couple months later it's worth like $200-300 more? Well, that's just because you might not have understood like the market or how things go with certain hype or certain shoes, certain models or things like that. So yeah, we have awesome, very detailed holder sell guides, and also just ask, be like, should I sell this now or should I sell this later? You know what I mean? And seriously, like, you're gonna make more money holding on to some shoes than you would if you just sold it right away. Of course, everyone's capital is different, and by capital I mean overall funds that you can put into reselling. Now, sometimes you have to buy a shoe and then sell it right away, despite the fact that it's probably going to go up in the future, because you need to recoup that money and come back, and that's totally fine. Everyone's situation is different, but you don't want to lose out on a bunch of profit that you could have for literally doing no work, like just leaving the shoe in your closet for like an extra month, and then you could just make like an extra $200-300 because it was a terrible time to sell at that point in the market. Just, you know, just know what you're doing. You don't want to lose money, you want to make money, you know what I mean? That's what we're all here for. So yeah, the general chat is just general things. We have a Postmates discount where you literally get 50% off. You spend half the amount of money, so you give him $12.50 and then he gives you $25 credit, which is literally 50% off your order. So if you're ordering Postmates a lot, like a lot of my friends, you can literally save a bunch of money right there. And then we have bot rentals and things like that, where you can open up a ticket, be like, hey, like I want to rent this bot, do you guys have it? So you would open up a ticket, a support ticket or whatever, and then you'd be like, hey, can I rent this bot, whatever it is, or can I rent any bot? And then like we'll go through our inventory, see what we got, because usually like members are using our bots constantly. So like we have a bunch of different staff who will give out their bots for literally free for members, and we'll let you guys test it out, learn it, and we can also do screen sharing on Discord, and I could literally show you one-on-one how to use the bot, which is super important, because a lot of cook groups do not spend the time or effort to show their members things like that. Like I get it, it's very time consuming, but we're like a smaller community and family, and we're able to put like hours of our time into just support, like general teaching and support, because yeah, you can click around all these channels, you can watch these videos, but sometimes you just want to like double check or ask somebody a question to reassure you, which is very important. And we do have that. Of course, we have a legit check section where you can of course send your shoes, and we'll do our best to tell you if the shoe looks sketchy, good, or whatever, you know what I mean? And obviously it's always good to have like other opinions, but so that's why like if you post this here, it's good to have multiple other people like be like, okay, that looks good, like this looks sketchy though, you know what I mean? Maybe the stitching looks trash, but like it could just be a natural defect of the shoe, because you know, Jordan brand quality, I mean, come on bro, like my court purples that I have, absolute trash quality, but like that's a story for another day. Anyways, so then if you wanted to go over the releases, we have all of the release information that you literally could ever need, and a lot of shoes that you'd be like, that just looks like a random trash shoe. Well, you could actually make like 40 to 50 bucks off of it, but you wouldn't know that unless you're in a cook group and you have the information, and that's fine. So yeah, we have all of the in-depth release guides, and literally, so if you're curious about this shoe, for example, kind of a brick, then right here you'd be like, okay, this is the name of the shoe, this is the release date, this is the retail, style code you don't really need unless you're looking it up online or putting it in a bot or something. We have keywords, which you don't need unless you're putting in a bot. Then the resell, which is very important. You'll want to look into this stuff. You'll want to click around and like look at prices, see how market reacts. You want to learn this stuff on your own, but we are here to like spoon feed it to you, basically. All this information, it's super easy. And then you can click this little note section right down here where it takes you right to the sneaker news page, and you could just like, you could read about the whole history about it, you know what I mean? Like all the information that you could ever want is right there. And then we have all the raffles. It's all so digestible and accessible to literally anybody. So if you wanted to enter in a bunch of raffles, like all of the apps right here, like you should enter in for the in-store raffles, and then you could pick up the shoe and then sell it right away for profit. Not this shoe specifically, because it's not really selling that well, but I'm just saying as an example, of course. And like, you might not know that it's on all these apps, you know what I mean? Like, this is, some people who are veterans might watch this and be like come on dude, but seriously, everyone's at different points in like their reselling or their knowledge or whatever it is, right? And then so we got that, and then you scroll down a little bit more, and then here's the like the official like release info for the resell, right? So it's a copper drop, a little question mark, because like it could be like, you know, in between. Usually it'll say if it's a sell or hold, meaning like there's really no reason to hold this shoe, so just sell it now wherever the price is. And then you should always read these, and then, you know, you could click this picture, look at the bids. Like, these are the active bids where you could go on StockX and accept this bid right away, you know what I mean? So always want to look at all that information. So that's just for the shoe section, which is huge. We obviously have Kith, Supreme, restock reminder, daily reminders, which will notify you of all the shoes dropping today. That we have the weekly calendar, which will literally list every single thing right here for you. You know, this stuff takes a lot of time and effort to put together, and the fact that it's all there for you alone is worth $30 for the information. Like, you can find some of this stuff online, but it's all scattered. You need to know what you're looking for, and in this case we're literally showing you what you should be looking for. And we have a monthly calendar as well. If, like, I don't know, if you wanted to like have a calendar up behind you or whatever, and you just write down releases like you want to remind yourself, or just be like, you know, tell your Siri, like, hey Siri, like, I want to put this on my calendar, remind me, whatever it takes to not miss out on release. So that was just for the shoes. We have, I already went over bot rentals. We have a buy and sell section where you could technically like buy and sell stuff or teach about other flips and things like that. The VIP ACO is for the slot section, where I already talked about slots and explained that a little bit. We have a raffle section where it shows literally all of the raffles, and if you, like I was already showing you earlier where it shows the raffles on the release section, well, it's all put right here as well, so you can just click on it and it'll take you to the same thing, and it'll show you all of the raffles for that specific shoe. And we'll also post like other raffles that are like, you know, like a super short amount of time that the raffle goes live for or something like that. Like, we'll ping you. And then the VIP, where all of the reselling goes down. We have Bear Flips, which posts so many things that I can promise you haven't heard of that you can make a lot of money about. And there's a lot of things like these Pokemon things that are literally sitting in your store that you wouldn't know about unless you had a cook group. And then Fiery Flips, more flips that you just don't know about that are low key. Yeah, so it's really awesome, and we're all here to help you guys make money. Of course, we have partnerships, we have discounts for AYCD, we have discounts for proxies, which proxies are something that you put in your bot if you don't know. And then the group buys, which I already talked about. We have a spot for questions about joining. That's if you're in like the little free portion of the Discord. We don't actually have a free Discord, but you can technically join the server, and you just won't be able to view any of the channels, you know what I mean? But you could ask questions about joining in that section. We'll also leave links and things like that down in the description, so you guys can see all the stuff that I'm talking about. We have sneakers US. Like, this is a monitor, so it basically shows you what method is. A Leo method is when you enter in on sneakers, and then within 3 minutes it tells you if you took the L. I think a Dan method is what it's called, is when it's like a draw or whatever, and it takes like 15 to 20 minutes. There was a Kobe shoe that just dropped, and it was, I think it's a Dan, a DAN release. So yeah, this is like a monitor that you could go through and like, you know, it'll show you the SKU, which is also important for your bots and things like that. So it's really awesome, and we support other regions as well. We have retail monitors for Walmart, GameStop, Amazon, and Essentials for like COVID things. We have a Supreme US monitor, which shows items that go in stock or go live. Like, let's say like it's drop day, right? It's dropping at 11, and it's like a minute past drop time and nothing's loading on the website. Like, you could always leave this open on the side and make sure like nothing actually dropped, or you're just not missing anything. We have Shopify monitors as well, which monitor products on all those sites as well. And that's basically a gist of it, but we are adding things constantly every single week. Like, we are just grinding, we're pouring all of our time, effort, and heart into this Discord, and we promise that you guys will benefit from it. And if you're not, talk to us and we'll make sure that you make that money back, or that initial investment or time or that belief that you put into us, and we'll make sure that you get that back. I promise. I've even sold shoes for retail to members, just plus shipping or whatever, just so I don't lose any money, you know what I mean? But like, we've just done a lot, you know what I mean? All we are doing is trying to build a community, like a very safe, nurturing place. Like, we're not trying to have like a toxic community or anything like that. No one's gonna call you an idiot if you ask a question or something like that, and if they do, trust me, I'm gonna be very upset with them. So yeah, if you do have any questions or anything like that, you can DM me on Discord. Nubdub47 #8399. If you don't know what Discord is, I will leave our socials in the description down below, our Instagram, our Twitter. Yeah, and then you could DM us on there and ask your questions away in private. If you don't want to, for example, like if you joined the group and you didn't want to just like post it in general chat, just DM us, like all private, you know what I mean? If you have any concerns, if there's something you don't like about the group, or there's something you think we could improve upon, you can put it in the suggestions, like things like that. You don't have to be private. I'm just saying, if there's anything that you didn't want other people to maybe judge what you're saying or whatever, like, trust me, it's a safe place. So If you guys need anything, absolutely anything, please let us know. You could even comment on this video, ask away, we're here. So yeah, thank you guys. I made this video really long. I just wanted to kind of showcase like a little bit of what our Discord has to offer. And when I say a little bit, it's because I don't know, by the time this video is out, maybe there's already more stuff we've added, because we are constantly adding and improving. So yeah, love you guys. Thank you so much for your time. Like, comment, subscribe on this video if you're interested in any of this stuff whatsoever. Interact with us, baby. Come on, show us some love. We'll show you love back. And if you're a content creator or anything like that as well, we support you guys 100%, you know what I mean? So hey, we're just here to spread the love, and if you guys ever need anything, let us know. All right, peace. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope everybody stays safe, happy, and healthy.